Tonight, if it's Indy, it's Penske. Sunday, Roger goes for his 16th win at the Speedway. We'll show you where it all begins. Plus, the future just might begin here. Sebastian, the son of the late Dan Weldon, is on the right course. And the drive to inspire, the captivating story of paralyzed racer Michael Johnson. We set the stage for the ultimate test of man versus machine tonight on Trackside 6.
From RTV 6, the only place to see the race, this is Trackside 6.
Oh, we are rocking it here at the Indiana State Museum. Xanadu just took to the stage as the 5th annual Yellow Party, Racing for Cancer, the charity, hosted by Ryan Hunter-Reay and lovely wife Becky Hunter-Reay, and it's going to be a fun night, fun next half hour or so as well. Dave Furst coming to you, as mentioned, live from the Indiana State Museum. Here's the host. Here's the guy you got to know, or at least shake hands with throughout the course of the night, the reigning Indy 500 champion as well. Congratulations. This thing gets bigger and bigger every year, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. And this year we changed venues. We went to the Indiana State Museum. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. And it's been a huge hit, you know, 5 years going now, and we just have so many people to thank for it. We've gained such traction with this. You know, in conjunction with Auto Nation, we've raised $3.5 million. I mean, it's remarkable from where we started in 2010.
Good stuff. Real quickly, you're about to end your reign as the Indy 500 champion. Has it been a fun year for you?
So am I?
Well, wait a minute. If you win again, though, maybe not, though. So.
Yeah, but I'm Indy 500 champion until the checker comes out.
No, you're always an Indy 500 champion. So you always got that going for you.
Reigning.
Reigning, yeah.
Yeah, when does that end? I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
I'm enjoying it, though, enjoying every bit of it. It's, you know, we qualified 3 spots better than we did last year, so we have that going for us. It's just, it's been tough a little bit to get that balance on the car. I know what I want. I want that car from last year. I wish I could push that thing right out on track, but we're working on it, and I think we'll be a contender. We just have to get some things sorted on Carb Day.
I was going to say, good luck on Carb Day tomorrow.
I need it, man. Thank you.
Ryan Hunter-Reay, ready to go. He's got one Indy 500 win. Imagine having 15 the Roger Penske way. Penske's Place, an exclusive here on Trackside 6. Mooresville, North Carolina, the heartbeat of NASCAR country. Famous teams all within a few miles of one another, and that includes Team Penske, the only one which also holds an IndyCar team. And walking in, you know it from the start, with the trophy case that honors 15 Indy 500 wins.
I love when you walk in. I mean, my goodness.
Isn't it something?
This is
spectacular.
Everyone should have one of these in their homes, you know what I'm saying?
I'm quite honored, to be honest, that I have my helmets here.
The legendary Roger Penske calls the shots, as he has since 1965. Tim Cindric is the team's president, overseeing the drives for newcomer Simon Pagenaud, series champ Will Power, and Indy 500 champs Juan Pablo Montoya and Helio Castroneves, with Helio's race-worn helmets making up 3 of those 15 500 titles.
Mine, in this one, has even the milk, if you can see.
Oh, yeah, you can see the milk on there. Wow, that is authentic.
Listen, if you have a helmet here, my friend, if I have a lot of helmets here, that's a good problem. That's a very good problem.
But that's only where the facility begins. It's a total of 400,000 square feet, including this massive NASCAR floor room as they build the cars for Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano.
Your first time in here.
Yeah.
Were you thinking, my goodness, this place is huge?
Well, I remember I was with Tim Cindric and I said, yeah, I got it now. Yeah.
This is why they're so dominant and winning
that's why they're where they
kicking
are.
everyone's you-know-what. So.
Exactly. Do that.
And here's a room that carries a lot of weight.
You're pretty serious about working out, right?
That's right.
Recently added workout gym where you'll find Will Power providing a lift for every race.
Oh, that big, too big. I couldn't miss that. Probably the least physical race of the whole season is Indianapolis, yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Because it's very long straights, and then, you know, it's not like a super banked high G-force track.
So you're saying anybody could do Indy then?
Well, they could do it physically, but mentally, would they get over the speed and understand how to steer that thing?
All right, there you go. I like that.
Don't play with me, Dave.
A true behind-the-scenes look.
In an area that's rarely seen here in Team Penske, at least on camera, this is the paint shop area.
here in Mooresville, where all the base coats are put on for the 3 Indy cars. Well, 3 in the past anyway. It's become busier this year now that they've added that 4th car.
Simon Pagenaud was added to the team last September.
There's a certain reality to the whole thing when you walk in and see your name. And
It's like Christmas morning, you know? It's
every day is Christmas morning.
Exactly.
In fact, Simon says an opportunity to drive for this team is a real gift.
When you walk into this part of the shop, you see all the cars lined up, guys that have won races for Roger. Now it's you. There's a little pressure there.
Yeah, look at this.
And look at all these.
You know?
All the Indy 500 winners.
The big thing here is, Team Penske, they do things to win. And, you can see the car. I mean, look how everything's perfect.
That's all you can ask for as a driver.
Exactly.
Give me what I need to get it done.
Exactly.
It's a team in every sense of the word. Cup to IndyCar, chassis to championship.
This is all manufactured in-house.
So Penske make their own steering wheel. That's something everybody's very proud of.
What am I holding right here, money-wise?
I think, you're probably close to 40 grand, 40, 50 grand.
I'm going to hand it back to you if that's okay.
Yeah, keep it.
And what starts here is finished here, as it has for half a century.
Winning Indy.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I don't know, I got a good feeling about it.
That's scary. If you got a good feeling.
Man gotta do what man gotta do, you know?
It's not just Indy, it's the whole thing. It's the championship, it's
I know, but we're not right now. It's Indy, though, you know?
I've won Indy now. I've had a championship, obviously.
Bottom line, if you can be in front of your teammates at this team, you're going to be doing
a
okay.
good job.
Yeah.
Exactly. One of the things when you run for Roger, you're part of something bigger, and it's pretty cool. We have the same goals, and when you put in that, it's all about people. When you put all these people together, you can win 1 race, 2 races, but you cannot win everything if you don't have great people behind it.
And once again, Team Penske loaded for bear. 3 of the top 5 starting spots on Sunday. Will Power starts second. Back after this.
Still to come, a rising star in IndyCar isn't about to let paralysis slow him down. It's the inspiring story of Michael Johnson. Plus,
It's been 10 years since Dan Weldon won his first Indy 500. Now is his son Sebastian about to follow in his footsteps. Meet the next generation coming up. Back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway earlier today, how about this? Ryan Briscoe back in a car. He's the replacement driver for James Hinchcliffe after that nasty accident James had back on Monday. Of course, Briscoe not bad either, getting ready to take part in his 10th Indy 500, a former pole winner as well at Indianapolis. Meanwhile, the party continues here at the Indiana State Museum. Racing for Cancer, hosted by Ryan Hunter-Reay and Becky Hunter-Reay as well as Xanadu, cranking it out. We're having a lot of fun. So many inspirational stories in sports, let alone in IndyCar racing. But how about a young man from Michigan involved in an accident, the season opener in St. Pete, but vows to return as he's done before. Meet Michael Johnson, the drive to inspire. Michael Grady has more.
At first glance, Michael Johnson is just your normal, aspiring open-wheel driver. He's in his 2nd year in the Pro Mazda Championship Series and has dreams of competing in the Indianapolis 500 one day. But there's something about Michael that's different than all other competitors in the series. You see, Michael Johnson is paralyzed from the waist down, the result of an unfortunate accident during a motorcycle race in 2005.
Yeah, it was just a freak deal. I ran out of tear-offs, and I went through a wood fence, and I hit my chest, and it just broke my back. Wow. Paralyzed that instant.
By the age of 12, Johnson had already won 14 national championships, and now he was in a hospital after 11 hours of surgery and not sure he'd ever walk again, let alone drive. But family support kept him going.
I always had a saying from my uncles that told me, never use the word can't. It's not my vocabulary, and he'd always tell me that, and that's always stuck with me.
Johnson's father eventually got his son a go-kart, and after impressing everyone, he eventually graduated to open wheel, where he would need a special steering column installed.
The throttle is, I pull the paddle on the left side of the steering wheel. That's the throttle. The right side of the steering wheel, I shift. The way that I brake is all through the steering column. So all I gotta do is push in on the steering wheel.
After all Michael Johnson has been through and after all he's overcome, when he looks you in the eye and tells you he's gonna race one day in the Indianapolis 500, you believe him.
There's a lot of people that didn't believe in me at first, and even there's still some people that don't think I can really make that happen, and I want to prove them wrong, prove myself wrong. So, and do what I want to do and have some fun at it.
Michael Grady, RTV6 Sports.
Still to come, 10 years after Dan Wheldon's first Indy 500 win, his son Sebastian just might be next in line. Dave Furst travels to the Gulf Coast of Florida to meet the next generation. Plus,
Race Day's most beloved song will have a new sound this Sunday, and it's a true Hoosier harmony. I'm Brad Brown at the Speedway with that story coming up when our Trackside 6 special continues.
Our Trackside 6 special rolls on here. Again, we are live tonight at the Indiana State Museum for the 5th annual Yellow Party. It's a who's who of drivers down here as well. Let's see, Tony Kanaan is here, Scott Dixon, Connor Daly down here as well, representing Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports. And all the Andretti drivers are here as well. Marco Andretti, Justin Wilson, Xanadu down there playing, rocking it out here as well. Fun night tonight, much more tonight at 11 o'clock on RTV6. Well, our features continue, and hard to believe it's been 10 years now since Dan Wheldon's first ever win at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And what a special moment that was for the team that's represented here at Andretti Autosport. Now 3 years since, though, that horrific accident at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. In many ways, though, it's on to the next generation. His two sons, Oliver, Sebastian, living down on the Gulf Coast of Florida. But Sebastian, he's the one to watch. He's the racer in the family. Very much the next generation. Every fall at the spacious Newcastle Motorsports Park, they come together to race and raise money for charity. Hinchcliffe, Kanaan, Carpenter, Marco, Dixon, and more. It's all in honor of the late Dan Wheldon to continue his push against Alzheimer's. Dan's sister Holly is there, wife Susie, and sons Oliver and Sebastian.
It's a sport that Dan was very passionate about, and to get to come here where he did a lot of his car racing and do this race in his honor is huge.
But this year, it's a little different with Sebastian suiting up and leading the field in the parade lap. Let's just say, get used to the sight of another Wheldon in racing.
Wherever Dan is, he's really proud of his kid, and every time I see Sebastian in a go-kart, it feels like, he's going to live up his dad's legacy.
Yeah, it's cool to see him carrying in his dad's footsteps, and I think the most important thing for us is that we'd all know that Dan would be very proud, and Susie's doing a great job with both Sebastian and Oliver.
How incredible to see him out there with these guys, especially some of the guys that Dan raced with, or the sponsors that supported him throughout his career. So just incredible that he was able to take part this year and be a part of it, and hopefully that'll be the case for years to come.
This is Anderson Race Park, located just south of St. Petersburg, Florida.
You ready to drive, dude?
Yeah.
Let's go get your stuff on.
A winding road course, which has essentially become Sebastian's home track. He likes a lot of sports.
Soccer and football.
Yeah. Basketball?
Yeah. And play golf.
But bottom line, he is a Wheldon.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm a one-car driver.
All right, let's go see if we can drive.
Okay, let's go.
Michael Melanson is one of Sebastian's coaches.
Remember?
He teaches all things racing.
What's the spark plug do?
It sparks.
He's very much the one pushing to do this, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, from Susie's perspective, I know he's definitely the one. She's not telling him to go do this. He's wanting to show up to the races and, win. He loves winning.
And just like a Wheldon, he's already done plenty of it.
How good are you?
Good.
How many trophies do you have? 3?
Yeah.
You've won 3 races so far?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
After school, you'll likely find Sebastian putting on a helmet and sliding into his favorite seat.
What corner do we always mess up here? That corner, all the way out there. Remember?
And the teaching never stops.
Go get him, dude.
And the next generation is off and running, attacking corners, apexes, straights, with a maturity well beyond his years.
He's 6 years old. Can you tell how good he is?
Yeah, he definitely stands out over the other kids out on the track. Yeah, you know, he's about half a second to a second a lot faster at most tracks.
Is that right?
Yeah. Good job, dude. You hit all your apexes? You sure? We're gonna look at your video.
There's hardly any downtime.
All right, dude, watch this.
Coaching comes with a video review.
Mara, whenever you're racing with someone, what do you focus at? What's that called? We're always looking at what?
Apex.
Yeah.
A chug of Gatorade, and it's back to the track, this time with Michael Lindy in assist.
It's an ease to show up to the track and go drive with him. It's really fun. We can't wait to show up to the next race because we know it's probably going to be another win.
Those wins, by the way, have been impressive. Racing in Ocala, he won one race by 8 seconds, and the other by 12. All accomplished while wearing a helmet with a painting honoring his dad, with the two giving each other a thumbs up. And there's more.
I'm looking at this number 7 right here. Do you know what that is?
Lionheart.
Lionheart?
It's Richard the Lionheart, the logo Dan used on his own helmet. It's about being
Fast. Fun. Cool.
And it's clear Sebastian Weldon is all of that and more. There's just one other question, though.
What's your favorite race?
Indy 500.
And when it comes to tracks, perhaps Sebastian is on the fast one, the driving there.
Nice job.
They say it's not easy following a legend, but it's clear that Straight No Chaser is up for the challenge. An exclusive look at an Indiana original when this Trackside 6 special continues.
Is it okay if we dance a little bit? Xanadu's rocking it here. India, you're a bad dancer. We're here with Simona de Silvestro from Andretti Autosport, who was overseas last year. You missed the Indy 500. See what you missed?
I totally missed it. Yeah, I missed a lot of things. Yes, happy to be back.
I was going to say, happy to be back. Carb day tomorrow, obviously an important day to get ready for Sunday, too.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we have a few little things still to tweak on the car and practice some pit stops. So tomorrow I think that hour is going to be really busy on track.
You start 19th on Sunday. There might be some changes in store, but it's just, I don't know, it feels good to be back at a great race like this.
Yeah, it does. You know, qualifying didn't quite go like we wanted, but Ryan won from last year from 19, so hopefully that's a good one.
Oh, that might bode well. You know what you don't want to be, though? What? You don't want to be in the last row because there's another party going on at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I've been in that one.
The last row party. See that? And you learned your lesson, too. Yes, exactly. Brad Brown has more from the Speedway. Hi, Brad.
Thanks, Dave. The last row party getting started right now up in the pagoda. On race day, when it comes time to sing back home again, it will not be Jim Neighbors behind the microphone. The Speedway faced the daunting task of replacing an Indy 500 legend. They went looking for one voice to do it. That wasn't the case. It took 10. It's the sound of an Indy 500 tradition.
Back home again in Indiana.
With the soul of a new generation. This is Straight No Chaser, the a cappella group formed by a group of IU music students in 1996.
Because I'm alone if you feel I'm alone.
And this is Straight No Chaser. 4 studio albums, TV specials, tours around the world.
Each thing seems to be like, okay, if it all ends here, this has been an amazing run.
And now the spotlight of Singing Race Day's iconic song.
It's one of those things that I think my first reaction is, I will believe this when I'm standing there on the track.
Yeah. And we kind of started seeing our name every once in a while in there, and we're like, that'd be pretty cool.
Back Home Again has been a part of the group's repertoire from early on. With several native Hoosiers on their roster and IU ties for them all, the guys all have some race day memories.
As long as I can remember, every Memorial Day, sat in front of the TV with my dad and always watched the race, from all the pageantry and all of the traditional events at the start of the race.
Every Memorial Day weekend, go to my grandma's house, and on race day it was the race first, everything else secondary.
We had a race party at our house when we lived in D.C., and we had a race party at our house when we lived in Colorado. And
now, Straight No Chaser will become part of that long race day tradition.
1, 2, 3, that's the Z.
Honoring the past and preserving it for the future.
Make it like we remember it, and we want to be leading the song, not doing the song for everyone, you know, and I think that's what Jim did.
We don't view ourselves as replacing Jim Nabors, because I don't think anyone could replace him, and it's just, I feel like we're just stepping into the tradition. And for us, it's very important for people to know how much, you know, we honor and respect Jim.
We just want to be an embodiment of what a Hoosier is, you know, to the world.
Then I long for my Indiana.
It's going to be difficult to replace Jim Nabors, but those guys, I think, are going to have a different twist on race day. We look forward to hearing from them. Wrap it up here live from Indiana State Museum. It's been a blast. Racing for Cancer. Our thanks to the Hunter-Reays. Don't forget, we'll see you tonight at 11 on RTV6.